Stoicism is an ancient school of philosophy that teaches us how to live our lives with wisdom and peace. An important part of Stoic philosophy is the understanding that there are things that are best avoided in order to achieve spiritual balance and well-being in life. In this video, I talk about 7 things you shouldn't do, based on Stoic principles. Modesty elevates, pride destroys. Seneca. One of the main aspects of Stoicism is the elimination of excessive pride and pride. We must not forget that we are all human, and no one is free from mistakes and weaknesses. Striving for excellence is important, but pride and arrogance can lead to misunderstandings and conflict. Excessive self-esteem and pride can lead to unpleasant consequences, such as isolation and alienation. A person who is fixated on his own success may lose opportunities to learn and grow. Imagine a person who constantly praises his achievements and neglects the opinions of others. His pride prevents him from establishing harmonious relationships with others and interferes with his own spiritual growth. You should not respect those who always consider themselves superior to others. Envy is a lifeless feeling that deprives us of peace of mind. Epictetus. Stoicism teaches us to appreciate what we have and not compare ourselves to others. Envy is a destructive feeling that can destroy our peace of mind. You should not look up to those who envy the achievements of others and cannot be happy for them. Envy can poison relationships and reduce our own happiness. The Stoics teach us to appreciate the uniqueness of each person and his path to success. A person who is jealous of a successful colleague may act out of anger and jealousy, leading to hostility and strained relationships. Stoicism teaches us that fear of the inevitable is an overreaction to the nature of life, in which change and unexpected events are inevitable. Fear and anxiety about inevitable circumstances only increase our suffering and make our lives less peaceful. We cannot escape the inevitable. We must accept fate as it comes. Cicero. Fear of the inevitable can manifest itself in various areas of life. Fear of aging, illness, loss of loved ones, death, and other unpleasant events. We must change our attitude towards these events and accept them as an integral part of life. Fear of the inevitable only increases suffering, while accepting change with grace and wisdom promotes inner peace. I encourage you to develop the ability to adapt to new circumstances and look for opportunities for personal growth in them. This does not mean being indifferent to life's challenges, but rather accepting them as an integral part of life and working to learn to cope with them with wisdom and calm. So, fear of the inevitability is a normal human reaction, but Stoicism teaches us to change this reaction and accept the inevitability as a part of life, which allows us to achieve inner balance and peace. Don't be ashamed to say to yourself, "I'm sad, I'm deceived, I'm envious, I'm envied." And now, when you tell yourself this, don't be envious or dissatisfied anymore. Marcus Aurelius. In Stoic philosophy, suppressing emotions is seen as an undesirable phenomenon that can lead to internal conflict and psychological problems. The Stoics do not call for a complete denial of emotions, but on the contrary, for their understanding, control, and proper use. Suppressing emotions can lead to internal tension and conflict, as well as physical and mental illness. Suppressing emotions can come in various forms, such as suppressing anger, fear, grief, or joy. When we try to ignore or suppress emotions, they can accumulate and manifest themselves as internal tension, neuroses, and other problems. Emotions are a natural part of human nature, and they can warn us of danger and help us understand ourselves better. The Stoics offer techniques such as reflection and self-reflection to learn to manage emotions rather than being slaves to them. So, Stoicism teaches us to balance between emotions and reason, develop emotional intelligence, and use emotions as a tool to better understand ourselves and the world around us. This helps us achieve inner peace and harmony, which is one of the goals of Stoic philosophy. The best help is the one we give without expecting anything in return. Seneca. Stinginess, or the excessive desire to accumulate material wealth without reasonable measure, is contrary to Stoic principles. The Stoics teach us to value virtue and inner moral growth more than our own wealth. Stinginess often leads to greed and avarice, which can destroy a person's inner world and distance him from true values. Stinginess can lead to many problems in a person's life. In the search for wealth, many forget the importance of moral values, such as kindness, justice, and generosity. This can lead to a breakdown in relationships with others and the creation of a negative image in the eyes of others. The Stoics strongly encourage a balance between the accumulation of material wealth and generosity. They teach that real wealth lies not only in the possession of material possessions, but also in the wealth of the soul, inner wisdom, and the ability to share one's resources with others. Generosity and kindness can bring greater satisfaction and joy than stinginess and greed. So, stinginess, as a negative character trait, can interfere with the development of virtue and happiness. Value your wealth of kindness and moral values more than material wealth, and practice generosity and selflessness as ways to enrich your life and the world around you. We belong to nature, and our own destiny is closely connected with the destiny of nature. Zeno of Citium. Ignoring nature is a denial of a fundamental Stoic principle that emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with nature and understanding that we, as human beings, are not above its laws. For centuries, humanity has developed by exploiting natural resources without due respect for the environment. This has led to the destruction of ecosystems, climate change, and the threat of extinction of many species. The Stoics teach us to be careful with nature, since we cannot live in harmony with ourselves if we destroy our home, planet Earth. Stoicism emphasizes that we must recognize our dependence on nature and conserve its resources. This includes caring for clean air, water, and soil, and ensuring the sustainable use of natural resources. It all comes down to a deeper understanding of our role on this planet and our responsibility to future generations. Ignoring nature and environmental problems such as air and water pollution, deforestation, climate change, and species extinction not only threaten the environment, but also negatively contribute to our quality of life. Stoicism teaches us to be responsible stewards of nature and to take care of what our environment has given us. True strength lies in self-control. Seneca. In Stoic philosophy, self-doubt and lack of self-discipline are seen as two factors that can greatly interfere with achieving goals and happiness. Doubting your own abilities can lead to passivity and underestimating your potential. A lack of self-discipline can become an obstacle to completing assigned tasks and achieving desired results. Self-doubt can lead to procrastination and putting off important decisions. When we doubt our abilities, we often lose moments that could bring us success and satisfaction. The Stoics teach us to develop self-confidence by recognizing that we have the inner resources to overcome obstacles. Lack of self-discipline can also have a serious impact on our lives. It can lead to irregular tasks, lack of organization, and even missing important deadlines. Self-discipline is the key to achieving long-term goals and plans. The Stoics encourage us to strengthen our ability to exercise self-control and prioritize in life.